Today we're going to be talking all about self-directing your 401k. This is the third video in a 3-part series about retirement accounts. If you have not seen the first 2 parts, I highly encourage you to watch those videos as well. The first video of qualified retirement plans and the second video is on self-directing your IRA. But for this video, I'm going to explain everything that you need to know about self-directing your 401k, including what the benefits are, how it works, and much more. If you want to have an amazing retirement, then this is the one video that you're going to want to save. Without further ado, let's dive in. First things first, a self-directed solo 401k, which is also known as just a solo 401k, is an alternative to a regular 401k. The main difference between a self-directed 401k and a regular 401k is that with a self-directed 401k, you have much greater control over what types of assets that can be added into that account. In fact, you can select all of the assets that you would like to go into your 401k yourself. However, even though you select the assets that go into the plan administrator would still be the custodian. And that means that the plan administrator would buy, sell, and hold the assets on your behalf. The biggest benefit of a self-directed 401k plan is that there is a much wider range of assets that can be put inside of a self-directed plan compared to a regular 401k. So in other words, with a self-directed plan, you're allowed to invest as you see fit, and you do not have to be limited to the traditional assets that regular 401ks are limited to, such as stocks and bonds. In fact, with a self-directed 401k, you can invest in alternative investments such as foreign currency, tax liens, real estate, energy, precious metals, equipment leasing, commodities, cryptocurrency, and much more. Being able to invest in a wider array of assets can be highly beneficial for diversification purposes, and many people also simply prefer to invest in alternative assets with their 401ks. So, if you're someone who likes investing in alternative assets, then a self-directed 401k could be a great option for you. Now, let's discuss who can set up a self-directed solo 401k. Although self-directed solo 401ks are an excellent retirement savings vehicle, there are actually strict requirements regarding who is allowed to have them. In fact, only self-employed business owners who do not have any employees are allowed to have solo 401ks. If your spouse helps you run your business, then this will not disqualify you from having a self-directed 401k. You can also add your spouse to your solo 401k and make contributions for both of you if you would like. Self-directed 401ks are a great option for solopreneurs, freelancers, contractors, and small business owners who either have no employees or who employ their spouses. In addition to not having other employees, your business has to generate income in order to have a self-directed 401k. You see, the rules for who is allowed to have a self-directed 401k are much more strict than the rules for self-directed IRAs. Almost anyone can have a self-directed IRA. You just need earned income, a copy of a government-issued ID, and a credit or debit card to pay the account establishment fees. If you meet all the criteria, then you too can have a self-directed solo 401k. Let's talk about the tax benefits of setting up a self-directed 401k. One of the main reasons why many solopreneurs choose to have self-directed 401ks is because they offer some astounding tax benefits. Just like with regular 401ks, self-directed 401ks come in both the traditional and the Roth version. Each option provides specific tax benefits, so let's break them down. With traditional self-directed 401ks, they are funded with pre-tax dollars. This means that you will get a tax deduction for the amount that you contribute to your traditional self-directed 401k each year during your career that you make contributions. And this is a great benefit because it gives you an immediate tax break and helps to create more of an incentive to contribute a larger amount to your traditional self-directed 401k each year. Also, your account will grow tax deferred. Eventually, when you retire and start pulling money out of your account, you will owe taxes on the funds in the account, including any earnings that have been generated by the investment. Self-directed Roth 401ks provide their own tax benefits. With Roth SD 401ks, you can make contributions with after-tax money. That means you don't get any tax benefits for your contributions during the year that you make them. However, your account will grow tax-free, and when you distribute money later on in retirement from those funds, all of those withdrawals will be tax-free withdrawals during your retirement. The tax benefits for Roth self-directed 401ks occur later compared to the tax benefits that occur for traditional self-directed 401ks. So, if you're going to go with one of these options, you will have to decide what is more important to you. Get the tax benefits during your career or during your retirement. There is no wrong or right answer here, and the best option depends on your specific needs and your situation. Let's discuss contribution limits. Besides the tax benefits, another great thing about self-directed 401ks is that they have higher contribution limits than many other types of retirement accounts. In fact, In 2024, the contribution limits for self-directed 401ks is $69,000. And the reason why the contribution limit is so high is because the IRS allows you to make contributions both as an employee and as an employer. As an employee, you are able to contribute up to $23,000 with a catch-up contribution of $7,500 if you're above the age of 50. But as the employer, you can make a contribution of 25% of your compensation on net self-employed income after deductions. The massive contribution limits means that you're able to reap tax benefits on a much larger amount of money for solo 401ks compared to other retirement vehicles such as self-directed IRAs. As a comparison, for 2024, the contributions for self-directed IRAs is $7,000 or $8,000 if you're above the age of 50. Here's the importance though of solo 401ks. Many self-employed people are completely unaware that solo 401ks even exist, let alone the fact that they have some of the greatest tax benefits of any retirement plan. And for this reason, if you're someone who is self-employed, you absolutely need to understand how incredible solo 401ks are. Let's take a look at an example. Steve is a self-employed lawyer who has a taxable income of $300,000 per year after deductions. He does not employ any other people in his business except for himself. Because of this, he is eligible to have a solo 401k. And because of the high contribution limits, Steve's able to contribute $69,000 to his solo 401k. Steve has a traditional solo 401k as opposed to a Roth solo 401k. This means that he's able to deduct the full $69,000 that he contributes to his solo 401k from his taxable income of $300,000. $300k minus $69,000 is $231,000. So by using the solo 401k, Steve brought his taxable income from $300,000 all the way down to $231,000. This translates to powerful tax savings. Are there any downsides to solo 401ks? Because solo 401ks are slightly more complex than other retirement accounts, they can be a little bit more complicated to set up. Also, there's a little bit more of an administrative fee to get these accounts established because they have higher complexity. Now, of course, if you'll be choosing which assets you place into your solo 401k, there's also the risk that you could choose the wrong investments and your account does not perform as well as you would like. However, for many people, the enormous tax benefits of these retirement accounts are going to far outweigh any potential cons, especially knowing that you can invest in real estate through your solo 401k. Let's discuss how to open a solo 401k. If you do decide that you would like to move forward with a solo 401k and you want to set up one of these accounts, then the first step is to find a financial institution that offers these types of accounts. You see, many different well-known companies offer solo 401ks. For example, all of the following financial institutions have solo 401k options. Number 1, Fidelity. Number 2, Charles Schwab. Number 3, E-Trade. And number 4, and most popular, Vanguard. And there's many more. So there is no shortage of options. After you find a few solo 401k plans that interest you, you should compare their features, including their fee structures, the assets that can be included and not included, and make sure that that particular solo 401k plan that you're thinking about investing in includes all the assets that you would like to have invested in it. Once you decide on a particular plan, you can create the account and start funding it. To officially set up the account, you're going to need a few things. The first is your employee identification number, or EIN, which is a federal tax implication number that is used to identify your business entity. The next thing you will need is a plan adoption agreement. And finally, you'll need an application. To get your solo 401k account up and running, you will need to have all three of these things to provide to your custodian or to your trustee. If you are approved, then you'll be able to start adding funds and assets into your 401k right away. Here's the bottom line. The solo 401ks are really great retirement plan vehicle options, but they're for self-employed individuals. So if you fall into this category, I highly recommend that you consider looking into these retirement account strategies, as well as determining who is going to be your custodian. Okay, guys, that's all I got for today's video. If you want to work with my team, there's a link in the description to book a tax strategy consultation to see how much we can save you. I've also included some other helpful links, so check those out as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Cheers.